Alright guys, how's it going? So here it is, it's finally finished. I can't believe it's been 8 months since I got this thing. Time has flew past now. I haven't been working on it the whole 8 months. I've been taking breaks and just taking it at my leisure. When I had a few pounds to spend on it, I spent them on it. So I am over the moon with how this has turned out. It is by far my best work in restoring anything. If you're a close follower, you will know I rarely spend very much money restoring something, 25, 30 quid maximum. So this has went far and beyond anything else, and I'm really proud of it, really happy that I decided to do it properly. So I'll talk about some of the things, some of the details, what I used and how much it cost. So the white paint is actually matte primer, it's just white primer. I did buy some gloss paint before I even put it on it. I decided I didn't like it. Actually the little dome at the back is painted in that gloss paint. Now I could have painted it in gloss and then done a matte finish over the top, but I just decided no, I don't like it. So after I had sprayed it with white primer, I really liked the look, so I just used a matte lacquer over the top of it. So what you see is matte primer with a clear matte, clear coat matte lacquer over the top. And I'm really happy with it. It looks, factory. It's just got a real nice finish on it. Now it's not perfect. If I try bloody hard to get pictures of. No matter what light I put it in, I can't get detail on the white because it's just pure white or pure black. So it's quite hard to get pictures. I don't have a brilliant camera. I just use my phone, so I don't have a proper DSLR or whatever they're called. Maybe one of those would do it more justice. So there's a few bits around it which aren't perfect. Basically the conditions that I'm painting in are not perfect, so anything I paint is never going to be perfect. You would need a proper spray booth with extractor fans to keep down the dust and all. I'm spraying in a little room which is about 10 feet by 10 feet. Maybe 15 feet by 15 feet, that sort of size. And you can't leave the windows open because that just blows dirt in. So I'm doing it in an enclosed, and then once all the dust has died down and the paint is sort of touch dry, I can then open the windows to let the fumes out. So it's not ideal, but it's all I can do, rather than sending this to someone and get it professionally sprayed, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to do it myself. Really, I didn't really have to do anything else. This I just cleaned up with that silicone spray. It's like for polishing your dashboard in your car. So we just put this black bezel in the sink, give it a real good scrub because it's quite textured. So we'll give it a real good scrub to get all the dirt off it, and then I'll just give it a good polish with that silicone spray. And the same with the bezel or whatever it's called, the logo across the front here. The keyboard I had previously cleaned. Popping it open here. My little kickstand here. So the red paint on the inside is actually high temperature paint for painting brake calipers on a car. I wanted something that would be hard wearing. I didn't want to use hammerite because hammerite gives a texture to it. So that was the closest thing I came to. I bought a tin of red spray paint for spraying your calipers in your car. It's good to like in 1,000 degrees, so it's never going to bubble or overheat. The black on the outside at the bottom of the case here, that is just satin black spray paint. I didn't lacquer it, so if I get any chips or dings on it, I should be able to blend them in, to mask everything off. So I'll see how hard wearing it is. Really, this is going into my little workshop there in the garage. It's not going to be getting moved very much, so I don't expect it to be getting damaged. So that's not going to be very hard wearing, the black, but there's plenty of paint on it. So round the back here, as you can see, it's really hard to see details in this thing. I've still a couple of stickers to put on. I have, I think, 3 stickers. There's one goes on the back here, 2 goes on the back, and 1 underneath. So they're still in the garage there. I've yet to put them back on. I'll put this sticker on. So there's one bad bit there. I don't even know if the camera will pick it up. There's like a bump here. And basically what happened there was I had been spraying it, and then I let it all dry, and I turned it onto its back to spray from a different angle, and the thing that I set it on, it stuck to it, because the paint wasn't fully dry on the surface that I had set it on. So there's a bit here, but it's the back. I'm never going to see it. It doesn't annoy me, so I can just stay there rather than give myself even more work to do. So I really like the way you can see the red poking through the expansion slots here. Get you a better angle there, so you can sort of get a hint of it being red from the inside, or from the outside. You can see the red there. So it looks really well. I'm really happy with the way that shows off there. You can sort of see it on that side one there. So cost, I paid 30 quid for it originally when I got it from the dump. I had to actually pay the guy because he had it in his car and he was going to sell it. If you watch the video, you'll know the story. Yeah, so I paid 30 quid for it, and it's sorry state. The motherboard I sent away to get fixed. It cost £100. That was including shipping back to me. Which in my opinion was a bloody bargain, because if you see the amount of chips that was replaced on this thing, Dave spent absolute hours fixing this motherboard. I don't think there was anything that wasn't blown on it. So yeah, £100 for that. I was really over the moon. And paint, I probably spent about 60 quid on paint. Most of that went on getting the rust pits smooth on the top half of the case here. Basically I just used like a smoothing primer. Primered it, sanded it. So I probably used, I don't know, maybe 5 tins of paint, 4 tins of paint. I can't remember now. Just doing that. I could have just used Isopon or something, but that was the route I chose. I didn't have to put too much effort into it. I didn't have to really break a sweat to sand the primer down. I just let it do its job and level itself. So that's basically how that was done. The white primer, a tin of paint's cheapest you're going to get to about a £5 a tin. So the white primer was £5, and then the matte top lacquer that I used, the clear matte lacquer, it was 15 quid a tin. It's like a specialist. I went round 3 or 4 shops, and they went, no, we don't do it. The phone the suppliers, no, the suppliers don't do it. So I managed to find tins of clear matte lacquer at one shop, and they were 15 quid. So yeah, so probably about 60. I'm not sure. I'm sort of guessing there. So all in all, I'm round about the 200 quid mark for the restore, and I also bought the SD card reader, which was about 40 or 50 quid. I can't remember now off the top of my head. I'll have to watch my video again and put up an annotation. So all in all, I'm in it for $250, which in my opinion is worth it. It's been spread out over 8 months. So you know, if you look on eBay, if the Commodore PET is working at all, they're looking 300 quid for it. So yeah, I think I've done alright. I'm more than happy with that price. Like I said, it was spread out over 8 months, so no big deal. I didn't have to, you know, throw it all out at once. So that's it. I'm really, really happy with this thing. Over the moon. I am now going to go and play Space Invaders until I grow old, or older, should I say. I'm already old. Yeah, I would do it all again. It's something, you know, you're never going to get one of these friggin' posted to you. The chances of it surviving, if you do, are pretty slim. Especially, you know, coming across here to Northern Ireland. Yeah, so that was a nice find. The monitor, if you've seen the videos, the monitor worked. I didn't have to do anything to the monitor. I basically just cleaned as best I could around everything. The circuit board and all that, sort of just use a dry brush here and there and try and get all the dust from it. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this series, this playlist, if you will. I know it has been a long time in the making, but just before I go, I want to say a huge thanks to Dave at Tynemouth Software. He was the guy who fixed the motherboard for me, and basically without him, I couldn't have done it. You know, there was no point in fixing it if I didn't know the thing was working. There was no point in restoring it. So huge thanks to Dave. I'm really, really over the moon with his work. Highly recommend him if you want something fixed. He doesn't just work on pets, he does other stuff. I'll put a link to his website down below. And I would also like to say a huge thanks to Jay from Jay's Vintage Junk, who sent me a new shift lock key. Because when I was desoldering the wires off the back of it, I heated it up too much and melted the locking mechanism inside it. So Jay very kindly sent me a new one, free of charge. So over the moon with that, Jay. Thank you very much, buddy. And thank you to everyone else who has watched this series and give me loads of support and tips and advice, and just thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.